What is going on, everyone? We are back in MLB 16, the show, and it is time to throw another guy into the potential test. And this one is going to be a member of the Brewers. It's a youngster, the youngest player, the lowest rated player we've ever done, Orlando Arcia, a 63 overall A potential. And this guy came from a comment in a previous video, so remember, if you want to see anyone in a future episode, let me know in the comments down below. But Orlando Arcia, not bad numbers. He's got the contact, no real power. He's got good vision. He's got decent fielding stats, has decent speed. Definitely a lot of room for improvement, but as an A overall, definitely expect him to go up. And actually, you see here, he's actually a 67 overall. His contract expectations are way off. I think that might have something to do because I had to pull him up from the minors to do this, so that should fix itself after the first season. So after season number 1, what's he going to go up to? 67, so not a lot of growth. +5 in his contact versus righties, -5 versus lefties, +6, +7 in his power, +2 for vision, +5 in his discipline, +3 for his clutch and his bunts. He gets +3 and 2 for all of his fielding, +1 in his stealing and his aggression. So a decent amount of growth here, but let's take a look at his numbers. 140 games, 517 at-bats, 116 hits, 9 home runs, 52 RBIs, 9 stolen bases, but he only hits .224, so not the greatest number. So I guess that kind of makes sense. I'm expecting him to still be angry, so he's probably actually rated in the 70s, and yes, he is a 71 overall, but you see, and what in the heck? He expects to be a star. That is very weird. I don't know if that's a little glitch. That must be a glitch, obviously, because no 67 should expect to be a star, but he's still unhappy about his contract, so some of that will be fixed after this season. Let's move on now. Season number 2, so he was at a 67. What's he going to be now? 75. All right, so clearly his morale improved, but he gets a +5 to contact versus righties, again -5 to lefties, so he's dropped 10 points versus lefties, only gets +2 in power versus righties. All the rest of the things improve. +5 in his discipline, +3 in his clutch. Fielding, again, up 3. All, again, going to go up 3. And +3 for his stealing as well. So let's take a look at his numbers for the season. As actually see his potential dropped a little bit as well. 148 games, 500 at-bats, 117 hits, 8 home runs, 46 RBIs, 16 stolen bases. And the average goes up 10 points. But it's still at .234, so a rough couple seasons for Orlando. But look at this, even after 2 seasons, he's up to a 75 overall. Happy about his contract, happy about everything. Team performance, not so hot. The Brewers, not a great team. And actually, he's picking up +2, so 73. Swing that around once you fix his contract, and he's up to a 75 overall, and his expectations for his team roll back to a normal, everyday player. After season number 3, what's it going to be now? And he's still a 75, and this one must have been a bad season. -3 for contact versus righties, no change versus lefties, so still a 51 contact, +5 for power, +1 power versus lefties, +2, +3, +4. Minimal real growth there. Gets the growth in his fielding and stealing. But let's take a look at the numbers. What did he do for the season? And he ended up playing 139 games. So he missed some time because he only had 465 at-bats, 95 hits, 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, 7 steals, and oh my gosh, 204 average. So Orlando had himself a rough third campaign, so that's definitely what you don't want to see from a young player, only 23 years old. He is satisfied, though, unhappy with his contract again, as usual. These players always are, so holding at that 75 overall. So we're going to move on now. Season number 4, we'll see if things are going to improve here, and they really do. This is really a make-or-break season for Arcia, as we'll see if he is going to improve again, and he will, up to a 79, so a nice jump there. +5 and 6 in his contact, 2 and 4 for his power, +2 across the board for vision, discipline, and clutch, and then 3 for his bunting, durability, 3 and 2 for fielding and arm strength. So some consistent gains in the fielding area, but finally a big jump in his contact, which is helpful. And actually, though, look at this. He goes up a significant amount, but he got hurt this season. Only played 95 games. Had 80 hits, 7 home runs, 36 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, but a big jump in the averages. He's up to .252, his best season, and he is just satisfied. So 79 overall. He is happy with his contract. Looks like he's unhappy with the coaching, which not a whole lot we can do there. So we're going to move on now. One more season for Arcia, 79 overall. What is he going to end his 5th season at? It is going to be an 85. Wow. So Arcia goes up big the last 2 years. He gets +9 to his contact versus lefties. That is a huge jump. +2 and 3 for his power. Again, 3 for vision, 4 for discipline. So a big season for him, as he also gets +3 across the board for his fielding and arm strength, +2 for reaction, goes up 1 in stealing. So it'll be interesting to see here what the stats look like. So he spent time on the DL last year, and he did again this year, plays the same 95 games, 100 hits, 5 home runs, 35 RBIs, 60 total bases, and hits 296. So this is a little unfortunate. Now, he did grow significantly in these last 2 years, but the injuries, who would have known what the season might have turned out like the last couple seasons if he was able to play more games. But over the 5 seasons, he has 500 hits, 37 home runs, 200 RBIs, but a career just 238 hitter. So some mixed results there from Orlando Arcia. He is going to end up being happy, so he's also picking up a +2 bump, but overall, he had a 22-point increase over the span of 5 seasons. So Orlando Arcia is done with the potential test, and I am mixed on whether or not to suggest this guy as someone to go after in franchise. Honestly, I'm kind of inclined to say no, because although he did play well the last 2 seasons, he had significant injuries. This last year was a torn hamstring. He spent was on the 60-day DL last season as well. So although he has improved, he does start pretty low at 63. So maybe it's somebody that even over another 5 years would grow to be a good player. He is an 85 overall shortstop, which isn't bad, but I don't know. There's just a little bit something off about this guy that I don't necessarily trust. So if you are the Brewers in franchise, I would definitely say hold on to him, because he can progress into someone pretty good, I think. But if it's someone that you got to trade for, I don't know if I would necessarily give up a lot, because you will probably have to give up a lot because he is an A potential. So I don't know about that one. I'd leave it up to you, but I'm probably going to steer clear of him in franchise. But Orlando Arcia is done with the potential test. If you have suggestions for future episodes, players that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below, and I will use them in future episodes. Otherwise, that is going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.